Workshop on combating corruption in Africa was organized by the Pan-African Parliament sitting in South Africa. African parliamentarians at this gathering are pushing the conversation on corruption, which they say poses a grave challenge to economic growth and development of the continent. Abdulrazak Namdas is Nigeria's representative and also deputy chair West African Caucus. He leads the push for true independence of legislature in Africa.
Elections that bring MPs and other even people in the executive into power in most countries are also questionable. You find people or presidents try to influence MPs being elected. So they virtually own some of the MPs in their countries. And therefore it's very difficult all the time to find MPs at least insisting on their independence, calling the executive to order. We know for a fact that as MPs, we have oversight duties. We have the right to hold the executive to account, but it's often not always the case.
I can be only in agreement with what was just said now about corruption and about the will and the political will. I'll give you a little experience that I had myself. I'm in parliament in Egypt since 2005. We had 2 revolutions, and we saw during Mubarak time, we heard one day the sheikh, the big sheikh who comes in Egypt and who gives a fatwa saying if you are obliged to pay, to finish your papers, to do what you can't do in government, do it. God will forgive you, because you can't do something else. And I heard after that, now in Egypt, with the will after the second revolution, every day we have 10, 15 corruption cases with ministers, with people in big position.
Participants are also worried about sanctions imposed on African countries by developed nations, which they note impact negatively on the poor.
So we are saying is that if there should be sanctions, it should be targeted to particular. If you want to remove a president, target it to a particular president. Don't do a blanket sanctions that the entire population of the people of such a particular country or continent will suffer.
Pan-African Parliament is the legislative body of the African Union, which has declared 2018 the year of combating corruption in Africa. The theme for this year's workshop is Winning the Fight Against Corruption, a Sustainable Path to Africa's Transformation. Jokea Disagota News.